So this is a question many people have asked over the years, and obviously it can change as time goes on, and it recently has, so it was a good time to, I guess, update this, so let's get into it. So this question asks my top 5 favorite comic book characters of all time, hero or villain. This is a good one to tackle because always I find like the discrepancy between hero and villain to kind of be weird. Personally, what's Namor? People see him as a villain. People see him as a hero. Aquaman, anti-hero, so when people ask me for my favorite superhero, I'm never going to say Aquaman because I don't see him as much of the superhero type, right? He fights for what he believes in more so than some of the other characters, and even sometimes it takes Earth getting, bad backlash from it. So I guess top 5. This isn't going to be in order. So whatever I mention third doesn't mean it's third. Whatever I mention first doesn't mean it's first. It's just kind of going to come from in here. So first up, Captain America. Obviously, if you guys follow me on social media, I love to do charity events, put on costumes for children, visit children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House. Whenever I can make kids smile, it's worth it. Doesn't matter what it costs. We've traveled across the country just to do it for free. So it's really important to me, and Captain America is why I do this. Captain America is just kind of pushed me to better myself in most ways. As most of you know, if you look at old pictures of me, specifically on Instagram, go look at them. I used to be like 40 pounds lighter. But Captain America, reading his comics and stuff, encouraged me to start working out and fix my diet and everything. And just kind of, Captain America has become this huge part of me, and it means a lot to me. The character means a lot to me. So that's why. And I love his movies as well, and his comics have been great. So Captain America. Obviously, Aquaman. What's there to say? I've been a fan of Aquaman in the comics since 2002, and 2003-ish maybe was like when I started getting into him. At the time, I was one of those dudes just making fun of Aquaman. Then I was sitting at the comic book store, and the guy used to be like, look, I gotta go do the deposit. It takes like an hour. Because the bank was down the street. So he'd be like, I'll lock the door. You can sit here and just read anything you want. Because I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of money. So he would just let me sit in there, and I would read endless comics. And at one point, I ran out of Batman and Superman. I was like, damn, I'll pick up Aquaman. Started reading Aquaman. I was like, why am I making fun of this character? And he automatically jumped up, and I got through like 50, 60, 70, 80 issues in the course of a summer, and I was like, this character is mind-blowing good. More people should be watching, and checking this out, and like watching what this character does. And it was just kind of like, man, he's awesome. And now he's gotten, so much popularity that I hope people do give him a chance in the comics, specifically the 2000s run, because I thought that was awesome. Another character, this is the most recent, Iron Fist. After the first season, I said I was going to read Iron Fist. So if you guys check, it was my Aruba vlog. I think the first one went up, maybe the second one is, I don't know. I spread them out a little bit. I read a ton of Iron Fist. During that entire vacation, I went over probably about 150 Iron Fist comics. It was just relaxing. Like, I was on the beach, got my tablet, reading digital Iron Fist, and I fell in love with him. Like, everything about the character. The history, the lore, who Danny Rand is, who some of the other Iron Fists are. It was just so enriching, and the belief of the Iron Fist, and the whole chi aspect of it, and believing yourself, the inner struggles and everything, that kind of resonated with me as someone who's had a lot of problems with, depression and trying to really find how I fit into this world and everything, and also meditating, and it just kind of connected with me. And I was like, wow, Iron Fist jumped straight up there. Also, Spider-Man. I mean, it's Spider-Man, right? Like, what is there to say? One of the first characters I ever discovered, as far as I can remember, in my memory, it's like it was Spider-Man the cartoons. So, really important to me. Spider-Man comics, right when I came to the US, it was everything Spider-Man. It was at the peak of the animated series, the Neversoft game, like, Spider-Man was just always there. And then Spider-Man 1 and 2, I've talked about, on this channel plenty of times on how important those were to me when I was, getting bullied and stuff, and especially Spider-Man 2. That movie just it like changed my life. That's like, that movie was really that important. So Spider-Man, obviously. And I guess fifth, let's go with actually I'll do a couple extras. Batman. Like Batman 89. I remember watching that in like 90. I don't know how old I was. It's very vivid, but I remember just kind of like flashes of it because my dad rented it on VHS, and I was blown away. And then they bought me like this giant Batman figure, and I used to just like play with it, and luckily it wasn't easy to break figure, so I could like toss it off the balcony from upstairs. It could hit the ground and it would survive, so making Batman glide and stuff, it was awesome with my cousin. So Batman's huge. Love the character, most iterations of him. I like it when he gets retold, other than Frank Miller, because I hate Frank Miller's writing, so there's that. Conan the Barbarian, probably my absolute favorite among anything. Holds a very special place in my heart, but that's for another video. That's in part of the Ask Armin Some BS, so hopefully this answered a few things for you. I could add a ton more. Obviously Magneto. Magneto is like straight to the heart. Love everything about Magneto. Silver Surfer. I don't know. I could just keep going. 5 is really not enough to answer this question. It'd probably be like a 30-minute video to get through everybody that's really important to me, that's like a favorite.